So it's real difficult to explain what happened here. Like, okay, let me start by preferencing Scott Pilgrim is someone who made like a lot of the Dilbert comics, and this guy was old, right? It's like 1970s, 1980s, and he made these comics, and they reached a lot of people. Like he was a creative person who added a product. He added a product to people's lives, made good art and entertainment, and added to people's lives. Apparently, he passed away from prostate cancer, which happened but a couple days ago. And again, I'm gonna explain why this is some bullshit. I'm also preference the situation that got him into this, right? That got him quote unquote canceled. Because he was on a live stream and he was looking up like these just out of nowhere, looked up statistics and he found that I'll turn that off. He found that 50 something percent of like African Americans of black people thought it was okay to be white. And again, in his mind, he's like, okay, so 40 something percent of African Americans think it's not okay to be white. Like, how do I live around? How do you interact with these people? And again, imagine you're an African American, right? You're a black person, and 40% of white people think it's not okay to be black. The first thing in your mind is, so how can I live around these people? How can I interact? You know, how can I build a relationship for people who think this way? And I'll explain why, right? But I'll also preference that not a single academic, not a single expert, not a single person from their agency could explain this to Scott Adams, right? No one could look him in the eyes and be like, okay. And again, the answer to this is clear. Is there is an answer to this, but no one could point this out to Scott Adams. And because of that, like, there's just one person that decided, oh, we cannot sell your comic. Just one person in office just made the unilateral decision not to have thousands of people that he cultivated through his art see his art. And again, the explanation to his argument is people just try to get along. Like, grown ass adults try to get along to make their money and to feed their family. Like, this is how you need to act to get ahead. Like, you need to act in a way to get ahead for yourself and your family, right? And this is logical. Like, if people thought more like this, a lot of situations would just disappear because people are, okay, I'm not getting ahead, so what do I do? Well, this is happening, this politician is doing it, we'll get them the fuck out. But I guess if you want to act illogical, sure. But again, he was just some dude with an opinion, and again, they decided to quote unquote cancel him, and this is what people mean by canceling. People go after the things he created, step between him and the people that wanted to see his comic strips, and because of this, yeah, he was ostracized, and yeah, someone who's ostracized is going to fight back. I don't know if he was a Donald Trump supporter or right wing activist. I don't fucking know. But you made him one if he was. And I'll also preference that this is incorrect right here. Because what happened was he was on a live stream and he got a phone call from someone it says Donald Trump, and obviously he's gonna be like, nah, this is fucking fake, whatever, this is some bullshit. So he didn't answer, but then he called them back, and it was like, oh, you've reached the president of the United States, and then he's like, no fucking way. And then he actually had a conversation with Trump, and Trump was like, oh, and this was at the time where Trump was getting persecuted. So what happens is you persecute him, and he's connecting with other people who's controversial. Like this is how networking's done. If every apparatus, every social media news apparatus is against you, you will connect with other people that have been ostracized. And Trump called him and was like, okay, if there's anything you need, I got you. In money, whatever, I got you. And obviously, in a state of desperation, you'd be like, yeah, sure, anything you can do. And I guess I'm more adversarial when it comes to these, because this title right here makes you think that Scott Adams begged like a dog, but that's not what he did. It's like, I can understand why people who have cancer will go to, like, I don't know, holistic treatments or Chinese woo voodoo bullshit, whatever the fuck, that's not scientific, because they're desperate. And what he did was he reached out to the one lifeline that he had. And it's like, what the fuck could Trump have done? Fucking hired the damn priest, right? Hired someone to fix his cancer. Like, obviously, I don't know if it was terminal at that point, but he's seen it. And it was like, if there's anything you need, hit me up. And he's like, yes. But that's not him begging like a dog. Like, Scott didn't beg. Trump reached out to him, and in a seat of desperation, he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take your help, absolutely." And this is why I think the news media is the enemy of the people, because Scott Adams is just some dude with an opinion that became right wing simply because you stopped him from selling his comic, making money, and you pushed him to the fringes, right? Because he had an opinion. And if this is how you treat people, yes, you will create people that are just going to spite you. But to talk about someone like this who just died, it's like, again, this is how you're denigrating just a citizen, just some dude, because he had an opinion you didn't like. Like, God forbid what else they would do to people. Like, this is probably one of the same journal. And again, I don't know if any other outlet is doing this. Okay, it's not doing anything. Any other fucking outlet is doing this. But it's something that you see happen. And again, a lot of people were affected by his death because he made good comics and made good art, added value to people's lives. But in comes the news media, because he has an opinion, to step between people who want to see his art, and now they're spitting on his grave. His death was confirmed by his first ex-wife, Shelly Adams, who said earlier that had days to live in hospice care. Adams had been battling aggressive form of prostate cancer, spread to his bones, and recently paralyzed from the waist down, spinal tumor. A staunch Donald Trump supporter and right-wing activist. Again, I don't know. I just know him for his Dilbert comics, right? Which I guess now is kind of cheap, but at the time was alright. Satirized corporate office culture, ran from 1989 till 2023. Its syndication was widely dropped by U.S. newspapers in 2023 after Adams made racist remarks. Again, they don't even show you the video. Again, I've seen his live stream. It's 100% reasonable for someone to think that way. It's like, if a good chunk of people don't think it's okay to be a race, the first thing running through your mind is, so you have to interact with these fucking people on a daily basis? Like, why would I do that? There's nothing racist about that. It's just normal human thinking. And but anyway, again, notice how they attacked someone who just died. And again, in the wake of Charlie Kirk, things like this will just embolden people even more. Because we've seen how people using their actual names went after someone and praised the death of somebody who just wanted to talk. Like, this is again, he's like, okay, he holds opinions, but okay, let's talk about them. Let's have a discussion, because that's the culture we live in. But there's people who are like, no, you're not allowed to do that, and they think that's normal. But anyway, that's all I really gotta say about this. It's very odd. This is how they go after, again, just some American citizen who has opinions, right? But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Peace.